I'm glad the opportunities that have come in my face, I've taken them, and like so many things pop up and I think, well, there's another opportunity, I'm taking that, because I never want to have that feeling of, what if I did that?
Well, Matt, this is my opportunity and I couldn't miss this one out. This is the build of the lifetime. This is the Aston Martin Vantage GT3. Oh wait, that's a different car.
Hey. Go through the phase to get where we pray. We champion made, ain't nothing I change. The streets that we paved, they throwing parades. Hey, nobody can hate on the road that I played. When everything's settled, let's see who remains. From dusk till dawn, from night till day. Hey, checking the game, was never afraid. Just call on my name, they fall into place. The land of elite, the home of the brave. Hey, nobody can hate on the total.
So you're all probably wondering how the hell I ended up with the Aston Martin GT3 race car in my garage. Well, honestly, I'm still trying to figure out that myself as well. You see, about 7 months ago, I bought a Bentley Continental GT for 3,000 quid from the Track Experience company. So basically, you know that this car has been used and abused for a very long time, and that car didn't have MOT since 2016. And after I changed the engine on the Bentley, cleaned all the interior, fixed all the electrical issues on it, passed MOT with no advices, which I'm actually quite proud of it, I received an email from the company and they generally was surprised, like genuinely surprised, that I managed to bring the Bentley back to life in this garage. And then they asked me something that I'm still cannot believe. They asked me to build a Aston Martin Vantage GT3. Crazy. And obviously I said yes, because how can you decline the opportunity like this? This is one lifetime opportunity to build a GT3 car. Obviously, when I respond to them that I'm gonna build their car, I didn't think that it's not gonna fit in my garage. I didn't think that if I will manage it, because you gotta say yes on this and then just figure out all the rest. So now the car is in the garage. Let me show you what we got. This is an Aston Martin ProDrive GT3 or GT4. I'm not too sure which one is exactly. And by saying ProDrive, this is an actual real deal. This is a ProDrive chassis. So we got original roll cage from the Aston Martin itself. And by saying ProDrive, I mean, this is the same company that builds Subaru VRC cars, the same company that runs all the Aston Martin racing programs. And somehow it ended up in my garage. I mean, I cannot still believe it. I'm so pumped up on this build. And if you don't believe me, let's say for example, so the roll cage, we got a fuel cell in the back. Obviously, we're still missing some things. If you would look over there, this is the fuel cell and it says Aston Martin. We got ceramic brakes all around the car as well. We got carbon roof, which is has a nice feature. You can take it out and have a sunroof. Also, we need to figure out a few other things. Like, let's say, for example, this glass. This is polycarbonated glass and it does not actually fit the car because this is a GT3 glass and the roof is a GT4. So we need to make a concept and somehow fit it. Same with the back. We got air vents all around it everywhere. As we do not need the vents in the back, we need to somehow blank it off. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of water inside. Other stuff we need to figure out on this car is where every single plug goes and what is actually going on in here. The engine itself looks very, very, very clean. There is no oil leaks, nothing. Everything looks like a brand new. And even the chassis, if you would look at the chassis, everything is nice and clean. It's literally a brand new car with the engine in it and a few other bits. As well, this car doesn't have an ECU. It doesn't have a key. I'm not going to say anything about interior because it's kind of, let's just say, in bits and pieces. We're missing quite a lot of stuff. We do not have a brakes. We do not have a throttle body. We do not have a key. We do not have ECUs. I don't know if there is a transmission ECU. I don't know where is the body control module. Basically, we're missing a lot of stuff. At the moment, this car stands as a paperweight. Very nice and expensive paperweight. Because if you want to buy an Aston Martin GT3 or GT4, it's going to cost you around £500,000. It all depends what spec it's going to be. But yes, they are very, very, very expensive. And this one, I don't even know if it runs. I don't know if it's even gonna start. I have no idea where to even start it. But you know what? If I manage to start the Bentley, I think I will manage this. And then there's this, my garage. It's literally 5 meters by 5 meters space. So when you put the car inside, it's leaving a very small gap between the car and the workbench. And if we go into the other side, I can literally touch the car and I can touch the wall on the same time. So every single time when I will need to work on this side, I will need to squeeze it. Well, at least this car is not that wide as the Bentley was, because with the Bentley there was a bigger problems. We didn't have any space at all. And every big automotive YouTuber has a big garages. Like, let's say, for example, Matt, he has a huge unit now. Tavarish also has a huge workshop. But you know what? That's the point of this channel. I'm not a professional. I don't have a fancy workshop. I don't have a fancy tools. I'm just a dude in a small garage that does the stuff that shouldn't be possible to do, let's say that. And if I can pull this project out, then there's gonna be a point that every single person can do it as well. The plan is simple. I don't have a perfect plan. I didn't have a perfect plan with the Bentley as well. But you know what? I think we're gonna start with the engine bay. And we need to figure out what kind of parts we are missing and what kind of parts we need for this car to start it. So basically, we're gonna dig into the electrical work, as usual now, and see what we are still missing. I know what we need ECUs, I know what we need the keys, I know what we probably need a transmission ECU as well. But I think first we're gonna start plugging in all the electrical connectors, find their way where they should live. And then we're gonna contact the company and gonna tell them exactly what kind of parts we need for this car. This is gonna be a fun project. I know nobody likes advertisings and I know every single person skips them. But this time I need to show you something very cool and something very exciting. As the Aston is not the cheapest car in the world, I needed some security next to my garage so I would see from the phone what's going on around. And that's where today's sponsor Real-Link comes to the help. This Real-Link 360 solar security camera tracks movement automatically, records in crispy 4K and runs wire-free with the solar charging. Honestly, this might be the smartest outdoor security upgrade under 5 minutes to install. Thank you Real-Link for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to get security camera, you can click the link down below in the description, check them out and get yourself a security camera. Let's go back to the video. Right, so we're probably gonna start attacking the engine bay and we're gonna try to find it out where every single connector goes and how the wiring should be routed. And by looking at it, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea where it goes. I mean, there's hose just randomly sitting on the engine. I have no idea where it goes. Same. Oh, that's a O2 sensor. So we do know where it goes. So that's great. We know where one thing goes. I'm assuming this is supposed to be like a fuse box, which just hangs around freely. Then there's a lot of radiator hoses are disconnected, but we do not worry about that at all. We just need to find it where every single plug goes. The main question is, I have no idea where the ECU wiring goes. If I would follow the ECU wiring, it would show me that it goes somewhere here. But I doubt that all the ECU is gonna be sitting on top of the turbo. So that's definitely not gonna be this place. It's probably gonna be somewhere in the bottom. Then we got a lot of fuses disconnected in here. So you will need to test those fuses if they're actually good. But first I need to find it out where the battery sits, because I have no idea, as we got some cables are disconnected over here as well. That's a positive cable that is disconnected. Then there's a lot of wiring again hanging in here. So this I'm assuming is gonna be from the wheel itself. And this probably gonna go, nope, it's not gonna go in that. That's gonna be ABS pump. I have no idea where that goes as well. There's a lot of things that is like, it's a big puzzle. And I need to find a way how to connect everything, because this car needs to start and it has to drive. So the biggest concern probably of this car is gonna be the wiring, to find it every single place where it connects. I can even see it in the back now, that this is supposed to be connected to a negative terminal and it's just loose. I'm assuming this one is negative as well. So again, it's loose. There's a lot of wiring in here, but that's going to be from the airbags itself. So I think for the airbags, I got a solution for that. And then the inside, it's a different story. So I'm guessing the best idea would be just to clear inside, see where all the wiring goes. Maybe I'm gonna find a way where the battery actually mounts. And then we're gonna start plugging in everything in an engine bay where we can actually find to plug it in. If I said it correctly. So the plan today is simple. Take absolutely everything out of this thing and finally figure out where the battery is supposed to live. Because at the minute, I have no clue where it's supposed to be. With a project like this, the best thing you can do is to start with a completely clean slate. Take everything out, see exactly what you're working with and build it from there. And trust me, I know. Been there, done that. Right, so the good news is I know where the battery mounts. It's gonna go right behind the driver because I just found the power fuse connection and all of that basically. So we know that the battery sits in here now, so that's good. But also on the same way, again, I found a lot of disconnected wires in here. There's a lot of things disconnected here. Many of plugs disconnected in here. There's even this negative cable. More plugs unplugged in here as well. And then I found this module. It's connected. I'm not even sure what this module does. Then there's another module sitting in here as well, which is probably disconnected as well. I'm assuming, oh no, it's connected to something. But again, something is definitely missing in here. And yes, something is definitely missing in here. So we need to figure out what's missing. Then this is going to be probably from the dashboard and center console. There's some cables are ripped off in here. So I need to find where they go. Then there's a lot of plugs over there. Oh my God, there's so much to do. This is not going to be an easy project. I never worked on Aston Martin before and I not even sit in one and I haven't even been close to it. And now I have to build a GT3 version of it. The installation of the body panels is not going to be that complicated as this now. Because now I need to figure out how all the stuff goes back. And the worst thing is that I haven't even touched it. And I do not even have the example to follow how to get everything right. So the only thing that I can do now is literally connect everything in places. And then I need to create a list of what kind of the parts we're still missing in here. So what we're gonna start with, just connecting all the fuses, all the wiring in here, all the pipe work. And then I'm gonna try to figure out where all the rest of the stuff goes. Right, let's get all those fuses tightened back up. And somehow, not a single nut came with it. Typical. So I ended up digging through the old nut stash from previous projects and luckily found a few 10mm nuts so we can at least get some of this stuff secured properly. And while I'm messing about trying to make random parts fit where they probably shouldn't, now probably would be a good time to hit that subscribe button. Because this project gonna take a lot of patience and honestly I'm gonna need a bit of encouragement from you as well. Just noticed one thing, one of the fuses, which is 150 amps, is ripped off, so I will need a new fuse for this. So for the time being I think it's better to keep it that way in here so I wouldn't miss it that I need this fuse. Then I think I need to connect the ABS pump on this side and then roughly I'm gonna know where all the rest of the wiring goes. So let's connect the ABS pump now in here and then we're gonna carry on. Now we got few plugs here and at least I know where one of them goes, straight into the ABS pump. And the rest though, yeah, absolutely no idea. Right, so there's few things that I'm a bit concerned. So this is a starter motor positive wire. It has like a plastic tube that it goes into this bracket and then onto the other side it goes to a starter motor. But the question is it not going to damage the chassis? Because this bracket, I mean, it's not like a plastic bracket, it's aluminum bracket and it goes literally like that through this bracket into the other wire and then it tightens up from other side. Main question is it not going to shorten it? Because obviously this is a metal one. Well, it's aluminum, but it's still, I'm not too sure. I need your thoughts about this connection in here. Before we plug it in and attempting to start this car, we need to make sure that everything is plugged in and everything is prepared for starting the car. And then it's not going to be any fires afterwards. Right, next step is going to be putting obvious stuff inside. So I think we can plug in O2 sensor over here. And then this should plug in somewhere here. So let's hang the camera, turn on the time lapse and start assembling all the plugs back in a place. And maybe I'm gonna find the place where this pipe goes. Engine bay next, and honestly it doesn't actually look too bad in here. There's not loads unplugged apart the O2 sensors and few cooling pipes, but other than that, nothing too dramatic. Trust me, the Bentley was way worse. So let's get those O2 sensors plugged back in, have a proper look around and make sure I'm not missing anything obvious. And while I'm here, hopefully I will figure out where the ECU actually supposed to sit, because right now it's still a bit of mystery. And I could say exactly the same about some of the cooling pipes. So now that everything is kinda-ish connected in here, I can go into the interior and start connecting everything inside as well. So we would at least have most of the stuff connected in a place. Then we're gonna carry on trying to source the ECU and all the rest of that stuff. It's not gonna be an easy task, and probably it's not gonna be one of the quickest builds on YouTube, because obviously it's gonna be hard to source all the parts that we need for this car. So let's connect everything inside, and then we're gonna carry on and we're gonna make a list what we need. And we're gonna need a lot. In the back is no different story than on the front. There is a lot of stuff is unplugged, and honestly I'm not even too sure how all the stuff's supposed to sit in here. I know that this connects to the battery because we got a positive terminal in here, and also we got a pyro fuse in here. But where it actually mounts, that's a different question, because I have no idea, to be honest, and I will try to figure out while I'm doing it. So I was watching few of the Matt's videos from where he was changing the power fuse on his Vantage, and luckily he actually showed really clearly where all the wiring's supposed to sit. So let's get all this tightened down properly. It actually holds now, and surprise surprise, there were two 13mm nuts just sitting there on the ground the whole time. Yeah, so apparently we do have leftover parts already. Brilliant! Now let's secure the body control module, which obviously doesn't have any nuts on it either. So it's back to the nut stash yet again. Luckily I found 3 more 10mm nuts, so we can finally bolt it down properly. Well, at least I think it's a body control module. Could be completely wrong, to be fair. But now we pretty much got everything connected back up, apart one big positive cable. So I just connected everything back how it's, well, I'm assuming should be. Now we're just missing the negative terminal, which bolts in, I have no idea where. And we also have one of the positive terminals in here that's supposed to connect to the positive terminal from the starter. And I cannot figure out where that cable is going from, because I cannot even see it. I don't know if we got it or not. There is one cable that runs underneath the car, so there is a chance that I need to lift the car and check it, but we definitely are missing the negative. So either way, you cannot connect the battery now in a car, but it's nice to know that some of the stuff is coming back in the places where it should be. Other thing is, so I have connected basically everything what I could find in the engine bay. So now the only thing what we are missing is the ECU. But the problem is I do not know what kind of the electrical components and the modules we still need so we could start the car. Also, I still haven't found it out where that ECU should sit, and I'm not too sure if there's gonna be 2 ECUs or just gonna be 1 ECU. Where is the transmission module? I have no idea as well. But I think I know the person who can explain me everything what I need to know about Aston Martin or any other car. So let's call Dibs. Hi, you right?
Yeah, good, thank you, Kate.
Nice to meet you, first of all. Right, we got a situation. So let me turn the camera around. So this is the Aston Martin ProDrive GT3 or GT4. I'm not too sure which one is actually, but the situation, it does not have any of the keys. It doesn't have an ECU. And I'm not even too sure if that's a body control module over there next to the battery. So the main question would be for this car, what kind of the modules we need to start the car?
What year is it?
2019.
This is going to be difficult because on that it will run an FBS4 system.
Yep.
So it's using a Mercedes DAF4 system, and the thing is, no one can code DAF4 system keys apart from the dealer.
That's
so
an issue.
Nobody in the world can do it.
Oh, man.
Yep. The only other way you can do it is if you've got everything from another vehicle, you may be able to swap it, but you'd have to put everything from that other vehicle. Because, like the gearbox module and ECU and keys and EIS and body control module. If there is a SAM module, it may have a SAM module or a front-end module. All of that would have to come from one car.
So basically, every single module has to come up, isn't it?
Yeah. Now you can adapt modules for it and stuff. The only thing you've got to be careful with is I need to find out if you can adapt second-hand modules. I'm not 100% sure. It is something that I can find out for you on. It's not a problem.
If that would be, not too much to ask.
What I need from you is the VIN number for the vehicle.
That's going to be an issue.
No VIN number.
Because this is a Pro Drive chassis, it does not have a VIN number.
Yeah. Okay, can you send me as much information on that vehicle as you can?
Yep, I will try to. The only thing I know about this car, the chassis is a Pro Drive, so I'm just not too sure if it's GT3 or GT4. The only thing is the engine is the original from the Aston Martin Vantage. So I'm gonna try to chase the person and see if they got any VIN number or anything, from the old vehicle.
If you get me as much information as you can, just send it all over to me, and then let me do some research on my side. I'll speak to the guys that develop our software, and then hopefully we should be able to do something with that.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No worries.
This is the stupidest project probably in the world.
It's always a good project when it's complete, though.
Exactly.
That's it.
Okay.
But yeah, get all that information over to me, and I'll come back to you on that.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna put your tag as well on the video.
I appreciate it.
No worries. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, buddy. Bye-bye. Bye.
Right, so we kind of have a situation now that we need every single module for this car, otherwise it's not gonna start. Well, that's not good. Oh no. Well, what can I say? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy it, don't forget to click subscribe, like, share, comment. Let me know what you think about this project. Would you do it, or it's a bit too much? Right. Let's try to get some parts. See you in the next one.